Hazard lights or emergency lights. Now, I really didn't think this topic needed any simplification, but after seeing so many instances of improper use of hazard and emergency lights on the road and on social media, I think it's best we quickly run through when you should and when you shouldn't be using your hazard lights. Now first, let's talk about when you should be using your hazard lights, and that is when you are being a hazard to other road users. So for example, if you're on the highway and your car is having a mechanical issue that is preventing you from going at a regular speed on the highway and you have to go super slowly, you would ideally pull off completely to the left side. If there is a shoulder, you should drive on the shoulder and put your hazard lights on. What you're doing then is warning the faster oncoming traffic behind you that you are going very slowly and that they should be aware of that. Now you can also use this, let's say if you've broken down, if you've had a mechanical issue on the road, if you're in the middle of the road and there is no way to get the car away from there, to push it away, then you would again use your hazards and wait for a tow truck to arrive. Then again, you're just warning other road users that there is a problem with your car. That is why it stopped there. They should swerve around you and not head straight into you, hopefully. Now, for example, if you spot a rock in the middle of your lane on the highway, you would ideally turn on your hazards for a few seconds, turn them off, then put on your blinkers for a lane change and then make the lane change. What you're doing then is warning the person behind that this is not a regular lane change. You've seen something ahead that spooked you, that's caused you to turn on your hazards, and then you're changing the lane. You can also do this if you spot an animal on the road, if there is a broken down car on the road that's not marked well. You can again just put on your hazards and warn the person behind you that something is up, something is not quite right up ahead, and then make your lane change. But again, in this case, your hazards are only on for a few seconds and then you turn them off. Now, when should you not be using your hazards? Now, the first and most common place that I see people using hazards is in low visibility conditions like heavy rain or heavy fog. Now, the idea of using hazards in those situations is to basically tell people around you, behind you, in front of you that you are there, you are driving on the road. It's a way for other people to spot you and mainly people behind you to spot you in front. However, hazards are not the right way to do this. Hazards can tell the person behind that you have a problem with your car and that you're stopped on the road, and then that can cause bigger problems if you are actually moving in that case. So what you should be doing in those situations is turning on your headlight, keep it on low beam, and what that will actually do, the headlight is of not much use in these conditions. Yes, rain at night, your headlight might be of use, but in fog, the headlight is not what you need. The tail light is what you need, and the tail light is colored red. The red light refracts least in these situations and travels the furthest. So it is actually the safest light that you can turn on in these situations. So in rain, in fog, turn on your headlights on low beam. If your car has a rear fog light, that would also be ideal to turn on. And then when you get out of the fog, you can just turn it off. Now, another situation where I see people using hazards is when they're just parked on the side of the road. Now, ideally, you don't want to be parked on tarmac or where people are driving. You should be completely off the road, either completely off the tarmac onto a grass patch, or if there is a hard shoulder that you can legally use for parking, that's where you should be parking your car. And if you really want to warn people that you're parked there, you can just turn on your parking lights. So that will turn on your tail lights. And once again, similar to the rain and fog situation, it tells people there is a car there, don't drive there. Now, if you've been through tunnels or driven through tunnels or gone through a lot of tunnels in your life, you would have noticed that people get into these tunnels and then they just, instead of turning on their headlights, they turn on their hazard lights. But the hazard lights in these situations don't accomplish anything. Firstly, in a tunnel, the driver needs to see ahead. The hazard lights don't really help you with that. The hazard lights are just blinkers that go on and off. Secondly, hazard lights don't provide a reliable, constant marker to the boundaries of your car. They just go on and they go off. To give a proper boundary to the people around you about your car or your motorcycle, you need to turn on your headlights because those are constantly on and they will constantly tell people there is a car here. They can see it in their mirrors. They can see it constantly in their line of sight. What can happen is if you have your hazards on and if I look into the blinker for only a second and I turn it back and your hazards are off for that second, the hazards are of no use. So don't turn your hazards on in a tunnel. Just turn on your headlights on low beam. If it's a well-lit tunnel, you can even get away with just turning on your parking light just to warn people, just to give a little bit extra light around your car and tell people that you're there. That's it. Don't use your hazards in a tunnel. Now, another place where people very commonly use hazards is when they're about to drive or ride rashly. Now, firstly, you should not be driving or riding rashly at all, but that's a topic for a separate day. And if you're going to be doing it, don't use the hazards. Using the hazards means that you can't indicate as to which lane you're going to change to, and then that is just a recipe for absolute disaster. Because you're swerving all the time, you need to at the very least indicate into the direction that you're going to be swerving in. So no hazards for rash driving or riding. And that's it. To sum it up, you should only be using your hazards if you are a hazard to other people on the road or if you spot a hazard up ahead. While I do agree that people riding or driving rashly are actually a hazard and that then it makes sense to use the hazards for them, but that's not the correct use of the hazards. Firstly, they should not be driving or riding like that. But anyways, topic for a separate day. For now, just use your hazards to warn other people of hazards or to warn people that you are a hazard or there's something wrong with your car. Anyways, thank you for watching Simplified on PowerDrift. Hopefully you liked this episode. And if you did, leave us a comment below and let us know what other topics you would like us to cover on Simplified.